With only 2 days to go before the big matchup between our Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm going to update you on the most recent injury report. Welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to an injury report edition of Believers Talk, where we talk about the injuries for the game coming up between our Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we do that, however, I'll remind everyone, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, guys, hit that subscribe button for continuing Buffalo Bills news. Not only do we keep you update on the Buffalo Bills, also keep you up to date on all Buffalo sports. Buffalo Sabres currently second in the Atlantic Division, trying to get better. Jack Eichel second in goals this season in the NHL, doing really well for the Sabres team. The Buffalo Bandits have started play again. The Buffalo Bulls get their bowl game, still looking for their first ever bowl victory. We'll talk about all of that. However, right now we're going to talk about our Buffalo Bills and the game this Sunday night between the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going to break down the injury report, and we're going to start with the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. The Pittsburgh Steelers obviously making headlines this week. Earlier in the week, they thought that their number one wide receiver, Juju Smith-Schuster, would be healthy, would be activated for this game against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. But sometime between Wednesday and Thursday, he suffered a little bit of a setback. And unfortunately, due to that setback, he will not be playing this Sunday. Juju Smith-Schuster has been ruled out for the game this Sunday between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. So unfortunately for the Steelers, they will not have their number one wide receiver. That means Washington will have to play that number one role again. He's been there for a few weeks now, has looked pretty good against some mediocre defenses. Let's see how he does against this number 2 ranked Buffalo Bills defense when you're talking about points allowed a game. Let's see how he does against one of the best corners in the game, in my opinion, against Tre'Davious White. I think Trey White might be able to shut him down. And then Pittsburgh has to rely on their third and fourth string wide receivers and also their tight ends. And we'll talk about one of their tight ends in a second. Going down this injury list, the other big name that the Pittsburgh Steelers were talking about possibly playing this week is their running back, James Conner. He missed a game or two earlier this season, so he was still suffering from a shoulder injury. He, however, was full in practice today, was a full participant, so he is listed as questionable. Coach Tomlin, when asked about James Conner, said he likes the idea of him playing, thinks he's close to ready to go for Sunday's game. So that means the Steelers will have James Conner back for this game against a run defense in Buffalo that's shown cracks at times. So that's something we do have to watch out for. We know that Tremaine Edmunds' brother is a running back on the other side of the field as well, so I'm sure we're going to watch that matchup. But now that James Conner is back, they're going to use a dual running back set. We have to be ready for both of them. And talking about that tight end position, Vance McDonald, unfortunately, he still is not a participant in practice this week. Suffered a concussion. Still in concussion protocol. He is listed as questionable for the game this Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. Those were the three big guys named on the Pittsburgh Steelers injury report. Again, the biggest name there, Juju Smith-Schuster, their number one wide receiver, is listed as out for the game between the Buffalo Bills this Sunday. If you want to look at the Buffalo Bills side of the injury report, a few more names on there, most of them full participants in practice today, Friday afternoon. So we'll go through those lists of guys first, say what the issue that they were dealing with, and then we'll go to the guys that are either questionable or will not play on Sunday. So you look at the rest guys, you got Lorenzo Alexander and Jerry Hughes, both non-participants in practice Wednesday and Thursday, but they did have full participation in practice today on Friday. So I expect them to be fine. They're just getting their normal rest day in there. We've seen this throughout the season. Coach McDermott giving some of these veteran guys rest days leading up to the games on Sunday. They got Frank Gore. Veteran Frank Gore normally does get a rest day in here. He did not participate in practice on Thursday, but that was due to an illness. It's going around in Buffalo, and Frank Gore had suffered from the illness bug. As we go down this list, you'll see another name that is suffering from an illness who was actually asked to leave practice early today. So hopefully he'll be ready to go on Sunday as well. However, Frank Gore was a full participant in practice today. So that is a good sign that he is healing, feeling better. We expect Frank Gore to be on the active list come Sunday. Sunday. The next one, and this is a tricky one too, that really worries us, but he was a full participant again today in practice, so we're hoping that that's good signs for Sunday's game. Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle, suffered a little bit of a knee injury during last Sunday's game, tweaked it during practice, so he was limited on Thursday in practice, but he was a full participant today, so that is a good sign for the Buffalo Bills. And then you go on to Jon Feliciano. I did say there were two guys on this list who suffered through illness this week. Jon Feliciano, the second guy, he was asked to leave the practice early today, so he was not a full participant in practice today. He is listed as questionable for the game on Sunday. Hopefully, just like with Frank Gore, it's a 24-hour thing. He's able to feel healthy come Sunday. We'll need his services. One of those guys that's been a complete tank for the Buffalo Bills this season, playing at offensive guard and at center when asked to as well. And then you go down to Corey Liuget, defensive tackle. He's had a knee injury. He actually did not practice at all this week. Did not practice Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. He was actually limited on Wednesday. Sorry. Did not practice Thursday or Friday. He's listed as questionable. Does not look good. If he cannot play, expect Taylor to be used. He's normally on the inactive list. Expect Vincent Taylor to be used off the inactive list at the defensive tackle position. Remember, we signed Taylor and Liuget within 2 weeks of each other since we signed them both. Taylor's been on the inactive list every single week. But if Corey Liuget cannot play, expect Vincent Taylor to step up and fill in that role at defensive tackle. And then the guy that's been on here for a little while, Ty Nsekhe, tackle for the Buffalo Bills. He is on this injury report as well. Hope that he is getting better. Still listed as week to week on the injury report. He did not participate at all this week, still with that ankle injury. So we hope again that he continues to get better, but he's out for the game this Sunday. So again, guys, if you're asking me who's out this Sunday right now, the only ones we know that are out for sure: Juju Smith-Schuster for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ty Nsekhe for the Buffalo Bills. Got a few questionables in there. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got James Conner, who was a full participant today, and Vance McDonald still in concussion protocol. Corey Liuget and Jon Feliciano both questionable for the game for the Buffalo Bills coming up this Sunday. But guys, make sure you check out the game this Sunday, as our friends over at Hashtag Sports, Mario and Paul, are going to give you live play-by-play and reaction coverage both right here on YouTube and over on Sportscaster. So check them out. Also, Believers Talk teaming up with BoyTheStampede.com. Still have some time left, guys, to get in that that contest, that giveaway for the Andre Reed Buffalo Bills signed autographed jersey. So make sure you go to BoyTheStampede.com for rules and ways to enter. First of all, follow us on Twitter. It's that easy. Subscribe to Believers Talk if you haven't already subscribed. That's another entry. So again, guys, enter for that giveaway. We want to give it away to a very deserving Bills fan. And again, I want to thank you for supporting the channel, guys. Again, let me know what you think about this injury report. What injuries do you think will be most impactful? What do you think about the Bills' chances of winning Sunday? I look forward to talking to you all soon. We'll try to get on here again sometime tomorrow before the game starts. Maybe preview it a little bit more. If you watched my preview video yesterday, it was a little late because of a Christmas celebration, and might not have been the most sober during that time. So maybe we'll get back on here and do it again. Thank you all for joining me. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.